Take the right one. Go, BC.
Boy, welcome to the stream, everybody. I apologize. I had to download a new program and find a workaround and do all of the back end things. I'm letting everybody know on the Discord that we are live on YouTube. As Tabor, boy, bad news quickly. Down 2-0, 15 minutes in. As the couple of goals, you'll forgive me, I'm typing at the moment, trying to let everybody know. As, an unfortunate couple of goals. First one, a corner that comes across, a deke through the middle, and then right at the top comes in. Trobeck goes down to pick it up, and it rolls away after rolls into the net after a deflection. And then the next, just a brilliant shot as Ilirija comes across the top of the 18, has one player with the ball, brings two defenders. He back heels it and then sends it to the top corner. Trobeck goes full extension, unable to get there. So Ilirija right now showing a lot of quality, and one of the kind of amazing is in prep for this game, Ilirija in their last 5, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Tabor 3 wins, 2 draws. As Tabor has 2 draws on the road, both against the bottom and next to bottom team in the table. And so now in the third to bottom team in the table on the road, I think right now we'll all take a draw. We'll probably come back and feel pretty happy with that after being down 2-0 and very quickly. So Tabor trying to get back on the front foot now, as Ilirija have really been aggressive and really been pressing, have been on the front foot most of the game. Tabor looking for a way to try to start moving the ball down the field. As a couple of changes in the lineup, some that boy excited about, is Brian Destin's going to be back in. Destin tries to flick a ball on, goes off the face of an Ilirija defender, and he goes down quickly. As Destin, it looked like, was looking for Hodzic. One of the things that I was in prep for this game I was going to talk about was the speed of Tabor that was going to be on the field, as you've got Destin, Carroll, and Hodzic and Slachik all running at different areas in the field. That those are some very fast men, but that has not been a factor just yet, as Tabor really haven't had much of the possession to be able to get down. There's a Kwaziku with an assist and a couple of goals lately, has been in great form, hasn't really had a chance to do too much yet. Hodzic is going to try to drop the ball back, and it's going to be knocked away, so a throw-in as Chandic is going to give it over to Hodzic. I don't have a team sheet for Ilirija, so you'll forgive me. We'll kind of just be working off of numbers. We've got a team sheet for Tabor, and as the red and blacks trying to move forward, going to flip it down to Hodzic. Hodzic, boy, tries to right foot it into the box, goes up off of his foot and up and around. Boy, a nice area here in Ilirija, getting a chance to take a look at the berm behind the goal. Big open Olympic style setting. As a throwback to maybe some of the history pictures that you see in the very first Olympic Games, the big open area with the oval rounded at the ends with a nice berm on the sides. As Ilirija going to send the ball forward. Ilirija in a relegation battle right now, as at least right now they're feeling pretty good about how things are looking for them. Tabor trying to turn things around, as Hodzic is going to try and get it to Carroll. Carroll takes a push in the back, and then Jabkar goes down hard. They're going to say to play on, as both Jabkar and the defender had a pretty heavy limp, but back up and running again, as now Ilirija in control of the ball. It's one of the things that we've seen Tabor in the 2 draws have had difficulty in terms of losing the ball for long stretches and just not being able to get it back and make anything out of the short possession they had. So Tabor maybe down early, going to see if they can find a way to get on the front foot. As against Jesenice, we saw a 2-0 lead. Akwazuku gets in, tries, boys, fighting off a defender, tries to flick it on, winds up too heavy of a touch. It goes up over the goal, but a nice run at goal there at the very least, coming down the side, getting it to Akwazuku up the middle. And against Jesenice, you know, they go up 2-0 and then wind up with the draw. Hopefully we're going to at least see that show back up in the opposite direction. Maybe Tabor are going to be able to find some magic as we move through this game. As Jabkar goes on to Hojic, they say play on. Hojic goes down hard. They say play on. It was a dangerous area as Hojic is still down. You'll forgive me, we're not going to have replayability today as everything has kind of been last minute trying to make sure that we're getting all this working. So they're going to say that ball goes out. As Hojic is still down, so the official's going to go over and take a look at Hojic. He's still down. As I didn't get a chance to see him. I mean, obviously, as he comes in, well, hopefully it's just that he caught a stud to the top of the foot and nothing worse. As Hojic has been very good for Tabor, and the official comes over and checks on him. As that was going to be a free kick in a good-looking area, but nothing comes of it, so we move on for the throw. As Ilirija looking back and forth and now set up. I believe the clock on the screen is fairly right. Just trying to match it up to what I was seeing on Veo. My apologies to those of you that don't have Veo. I had to get deep into the workaround. Ball deep into the box for Ilirija. The pass is going to be stopped by Chandic, though, and now trying to get the ball on the far side as it's going to be up in front of Slachik and rolls away. Ilirija working through the middle of the field. 25 minutes down in this game. Ilirija up 2-0. I think probably a surprise to everybody up in anyone who's even checking on the score. So Tabor are going to try to get back as Slachik is going to retreat. Gets the ball to Trobeck. Got a halftime interview with Trobeck. It was a fun interview. He doesn't speak great English, which means he speaks just about as good of English as I do. But, boy, what a fun young man to get a chance to talk to. And it was nice to talk to him after the clean sheet last week. And so a little bit interesting this week to see him in the lineup again, just in terms of maybe the turnover. Not sure. I don't have a team sheet. I just pulled off the starting 11 from the internet as Davor and I were trying to work through the technical issues. So I'm not sure if maybe there is an injury to Zeriali or if this is a change in the direction that they were going. We've seen Zeriali have a good year with a lot of clean sheets. Maybe Trobeck, who was brought in and is now on a professional contract, has impressed that much. I don't really have a lot of answers. All of that is speculation, so please don't take anything that I say as truth. Ilirija looking for a way to move further into the box once again. It's a nice run, lots of space. Knocked away by Brishke. Brishke does a good job. Slachik out to, I believe, Jabkar. Destin tries to spin and get it forward to Carroll, and Tabor going to lose possession just outside the 18. Carroll gets back in, does a really nice job, at least to force the ball backwards and slow everything down a little bit. Ilirija is going to try and attack from the top, close down quickly. And the foul is going to turn it over. I believe that was Slachik on the foul. So they'll get things restarted as Ilirija drop the ball back. So Jabkar and Akwazuku up top taking away. A nice job, I believe. That's going to be Sever. Sever gets it into Akwazuku. Akwazuku's got some space, looking for where he's going to go. Looks for Carroll. Carroll bounce back and forth. He's going to go with the right foot, knocked away. Boy, a good-looking shot as Carroll able to get a little bit of space, and nice defense from Ilirija is going to turn it into a corner for Tabor. Right now, Ilirija, I believe, with just one corner, and that was a goal. Tabor here, I believe, in their first corner. Again, I have not seen everything specifically, so I don't want to. I'm not going to lean too much on the numbers of how many this is. Sever's going to send a right-footed ball. It's going to be an outswinger coming in. Destin comes short. They're going to go back out to Sever. Sever sends it high to the back post as a header down and cleared away by Ilirija. I believe that was Ludic on the header, as when he comes, he backs up, heads it straight down. Last week we saw something, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago, I believe we saw something similar with Shalya. A header straight down from Ludic. Shalya knocks it in the back of the net. Couldn't quite find it that time. Yeah, this ball's gonna be cleared away. Ludic takes it. Now Ludic has some space in the midfield. Look, and he's got Hojic with the area as Hojic sends a right-footed ball in. Like, headed away by Ilirija. Slotchik on the end of it, drops it back to Sever. Sever to Destin, as Destin's going to send the ball in, slips as he goes down, and that ball goes up above the goalpost. Destin setting up for a long shot. You saw when he puts that plant foot down, he slides forward, and the ball sails high. A good movement forward from Tabor, though, promising to see, is starting to create some chances and create some havoc in front of the Ilirija goal. Tabor needing to use a combination of their speed and size. Boy, Jabkar fighting back and forth, eventually goes down to the ground. Brishke is asking for a foul. The last time these two teams played, it was a 1-1 draw. There were 8 yellow cards, 5 to Tabor, 3 to Ilirija. As they got a little chippy, a last-minute draw as Ilirija scores in the 87th minute. Now Ilirija once again on the far side, moving forward, cuts back in and now out, and another corner for Ilirija as Slotchik gets down and gets a foot out in front. One-on-one out there as Ilirija got forward in a hurry. Not a lot of passing back and forth. They decided to get on the front foot and attack, and they did immediately. Now everybody comes back into the box. So all 11 players for Tabor in the box. Trobek in the goal. Ilirija is going to have 4 players outside of the box, but right up there at the 18, that's where the shot came from with about 1 minute on the clock. This time they're going to send it further in, headed away. And they're going to try and reset, but a nice job gets on the end of it. I can't tell who that is. Maybe Jabkar or Hojic, as it's going to be knocked away. It looks like it was Hojic, so a good job from Hojic. Heads the ball away and then intercepts the pass, moves the ball way up the field before the ball's knocked away. Eventually a throw in to Tabor. Ludic in the middle. It appears that Tabor have gone, last week they had 3 center mids in with Shalya, Ludic, and Brishke. Now they've gone back to just the 2 center mids. Akwazuku going to get on the end, spin this ball around, tries to flick it. Boy, he flicks it a little hard. I'm not sure if maybe he thought somebody was coming behind him, or if it's not sure, because it looked like he flicked it, but it went a long way to just be a turnaround and try and go. So you'll forgive me, didn't get a chance to see that right away. Again, without the replay here, I don't want to lead you astray. So Ilirija in possession, now going to turn it over. Chandic up to Jabkar. Jabkar goes down hard as he's trying to get through the middle. Hojic retreats and drops the ball to Brishke. Brishke to Ludic. And Ludic looking for some movement up. Slotchik calling for it at the top of the screen. Had some space, but a long way across on that pass. And Destin in the middle. Destin looking for Hojic. A little too far forward. Ball's going to be intercepted by Ilirija. And now Ilirija going to turn around in possession. Drops it back to the keeper. Akwazuku trying to close him down quickly. As he moved it towards the goal, Akwazuku closed down. He bounced back the other way. Brishke now brings the ball forward. Sever spins, having to fight off a defender at midfield. Physical in midfield for Ilirija. Carroll just trying to find a way to keep the ball in play. The ball is going to be taken away by Ilirija, so another lost possession. Carroll gets closed down from the front and the back. Ilirija, Gaffer not real thrilled. I think he wanted the ball over the top. I think Ilirija's goal right now is just get the ball as quickly down the pitch as possible. From looking at the way that their manager on the side is reacting every time that they have the ball when the Veo Cam pulls out enough to be able to see it. As they're going to drop it back and maintain possession once again. 33 minutes down in the match. As the ball moving forward, Ilirija at the top of the screen once again. Destin's going to close down in defense. As Tabor trying to drop back and play a real solid block down at the 18. And again, not a lot of pressure as Tabor just more than happy to let Ilirija hang out with the ball at the midfield. Is now moving around, and you know this type of match it's interesting. You know, as a professional football player, you wonder where the mindset goes. Being down 2-0, is it possible to set up? Sever's really unhappy. I think Sever's pretty upset about some of the lack of calls in the midfield. It's been a physical match, and Sever's still having a conversation with the official, and the official talking back to him. I think Sever felt like he got grabbed and pulled back as he was trying to move forward. Ilirija on a one-time run. Brischke right in the way, though. Tries to turn it around to Destin as, boy, Destin tries to go with a quick turn. Ball goes either right under or around his foot. Didn't get a chance to see that real well as he was trying to turn and get off on the run with a Kwaziku. And the possession of Ilirija, a long possession after Tabor with a couple of pretty good chances, a couple of runs deep into the box. Didn't have a great shot on goal, but boy, we're certainly creating problems for Ilirija. And now another one-timer goes past as the Tabor defense unable to deal with the pass initially, but deal with the second. Chandic now. Chandic is going to get pulled down from behind. Still an Ilirija player down, and he's not moving. I didn't think that the tackle of Destin was that hard. Destin came in, got the ball, knocked it away. The Ilirija player finally gets up and rolls over. As Destin gets the ball, knocks it away, and then largely more just looked like the Ilirija player and trying to go for it. Falls over Destin. Didn't look like there was a lot of hard contact there. Obviously, this stuff's happening a lot faster than what I'm used to in my own personal life, as all these players are big, strong, and fast. But that certainly didn't seem like one that would bring about laying still on the ground for that long. Carroll is going to deal with the ball at midfield, tries to get it out to Slotchik. It's going to bounce off of Destin as Destin was trying to get out of the way, and it goes over to Ilirija once again, and the ball moving forward. As, boy, Carroll trying to play defense. Trobeck's going to come out and makes the catch. As Trobeck's going to bring everybody back, drops the ball down, and now he's going to send a pass to the far side, and Brischke to Slotchik is going to come into Destin. Destin closed down quickly, and boy, it's going to be an interesting thing to see how Tabor deal with this. Tabor getting closed down really quick by some solid defense from Ilirija. And again, I got to tell you, the Gorica, Ilirija, and Jesenice all have some really weird similarities just in the fact of you watch this, and boy, Destin wins a ball. Ilirija goes down hard, kind of throws his arms in the air as he's falling. Destin comes to the middle to Sever. Sever back out to Destin, and Destin unable to control it at his feet, and the ball rolls away. As but Destin a little frustrated, you can see him bending over in disappointment. But back to what I was saying, it's just interesting is, you know, teams at the bottom of the table, but you watch them and you start seeing some real positives from them. You say, man, obviously these are professionals, but boy, for the way that the physicality, the speed, the ball control, and the defense looks in top of table to bottom of table. Teams playing Tabor well is now Jabkar in control. Jabkar to Akwaziku. Akwaziku pulls it back out as he was cut off defensively, tries to send a ball in. Now he's going to head a ball across, and no one near the goal for Akwaziku as Nice defense from the Ilirija player to prevent Okwazuku from getting that left foot into goal. As Ilirija send the ball forward. And goals change games, and a goal from Tabor before we go into half could really change how the second half looks, as Tabor just kind of feel like they're playing defense at the moment. Not strictly, but even when they have the ball, it just always feels like they're under attack. And Tabor needing to find a way to get some space, use some of their speed. Sever at midfield. Sever's got a little bit of space. He's going to try and send it long to Hojic. Hojic has got a step as a misplay from the defender. Hojic's going to be running towards goal now. He's got a Okwazuku in the middle. Sends it to Okwazuku, but doesn't get it far enough out in front. And sent away for a corner. Boys, that was looking promising. I was wondering if maybe Hojic was going to go further in towards the goal, force the keeper to close him out a little bit more as he had a step. And with the speed of Hojic, certainly thought that we were going to see something positive there. A corner as the central defender gets in there and knocks the ball away. So Sever is going to send a corner in, sends it middle of the field, middle of the box, sent away by Ilirija. We're going to get another opportunity as Sever's going to send another ball in, a lower ball sent away at the front of the box. Carroll controls it. Carroll to the back post. Slotchik is going to try and bring it back. A one-hopper bounces and fielded by the keeper. He picks it up easily. Sever trying to get a ball back in, and right now, one of the things is a couple of the balls that are moving in towards the box, there's just not somebody in the area that the ball goes to. Maybe a little bit not quite on the same page of where the Tabor players are wanting the ball, wanting players to be as they're moving in. So Ludic going to get on the ball that goes long, but I think we saw, and you know, from my very non-professional viewpoint, I think you're seeing what maybe needs to happen, at least to open up the middle a little bit for Tabor. A massive middle block here for Ilirija is try and find some through balls and some long balls, use the speed and athleticism of the players as Jabkar is going to draw the foul. And we'll get restarted. Hojic at the near side. Hojic looking for Okwazuku in the middle. Okwazuku holds on, and then a heavy touch sends the ball away. Ilirija in control. Ilirija back and forth. Is Tabor going to be able to take it back? A heavy press from Okwazuku, and looks like Tabor at least going to win it back on the throw. Carroll trying to get away. Knocked away by number 5 from Ilirija. Sever in the middle, taking a long look. And Chandic now. Chandic to Hojic. Hojic to Carroll. Carroll's got some space. Is he going to get a ball across in the middle? Tries to go, comes back out to the 18. Back and forth. Good defense from Ilirija. As Chandic to Hojic. Hojic is going to attack the line, trying to get down, sends the ball across, and sent away once again. Carroll with the header back in, and Jabkar sends it across, knocked away. Destin is going to get hit on the back, and we're going to get a free kick from a dangerous area. Boy, as going right through Destin's back was the Ilirija defender. Couple of balls coming back in, as the Ilirija defense just a step in front of the attackers from Tabor, but Tabor are going to try and figure this out from just outside the 18. Boy, and can be a tough angle here. It's a great look at the moment. See who's going to line up to take it. Is I see Destin hanging out around the ball, but I believe that's going to be, is that Brischke over the ball? There's going to be 5 men in the wall for Ilirija, basically right in the middle of the field. The keeper's going to set the defense more to his left, so he's going to take the right side of the goal, and the attack here is, can you get it up, over, and back down in time? Up and up over the bar. They're not able to bring it back down. As Brischke takes the free kick, and Tabor, unfortunately, find no joy after the penalty just outside the area, or excuse me, the foul just outside the area. But Tabor with some movement forward. It's at least a positive movement forward from Tabor, as we saw them getting a little bit more space, not losing the ball in the midfield, being able to move it through the, move it down the sides and over the top. Slotchik now with space on the far side as Tabor trying to move forward, close down quickly. He's got a white shirt right on top of him. He's going to run into another. Slotchik just trying to outrun everybody to the corner. He's going to spin around. He's going to have to drop it out to Destin. Destin now gets it in. I'm not sure who that is that came in. The ball comes across in another corner, as that was Sever. Really nice job as Destin is coming out, maybe expecting the ball to come a little bit deeper on the pass. Sever runs right in underneath and wins a corner with a dangerous run that gets knocked away. Can Tabor, can they find Ludic? 6'7" Ludic. Can they find him at the back post? See if he can knock a ball in. And his ball's going to come out at the 6 and gets up over Ludic's head and going to roll away harmlessly. So a little bit too well struck as Ludic tried to get right down the line in front of the keeper as he was trying to work his way in. He bounced back out, as I believe that was Destin trying to run the ball down as well. And Ilirija going to take a long time to get this throw in. They're just waiting for that halftime whistle. And probably a smart move for Ilirija here. Tabor finally finding some rhythm. Not sure if maybe the long bus ride, they weren't able to shake that off at the beginning of the game, but they're starting to get better as the game's going on. It's at least promising for the second half. As a throw from Tabor, or throw for Tabor now. Hojic looking for somewhere to go. Goes into Sever. Sever turns, tries to get it in. Going to be knocked away. A lot of white shirts and not a lot of space. Jabkar gets a foot in there. Carroll comes out, and Carroll gets called for the foul. Tabor trying to win that ball back at the top of the 18. They're just going to send everybody deep. They're going to kick this ball a long way. 45 minutes down, coming into the 46th and even 47th minute now. And there's that halftime whistle. So a surprising first half from Tabor. They go down 2-0. 15 minutes in, they start to find their footing, but the halftime whistle is going to stop some momentum. So they're going to have to go in and have a conversation with we've got a halftime interview with Urban Trobeck, so hope you enjoy. All right, well, you guys saw him last week, the big man in goal, Urban Trobeck, with a clean sheet in his first appearance. Urban, how did it feel keeping a clean sheet in the net?
Uh, yeah, the feelings are great. I've been doing all the preparation so that when the time comes, I'm ready to do my job well. I'm grateful for the coach and the club for the trust they have shown me. And I would especially like to praise the medical service, because 3 weeks ago, when I injured my adductors, I thought it was the end of the season for me.
Really?
But they, yeah, but they got me back to training as quickly as possible with quality therapies and excellent plan. I'm really grateful for the medical team.
Yes, I didn't know. That's amazing. Man, okay, were you nervous?
Yeah, a little bit, but when games start, it's everything okay.
Yes. When you made the very first save, Did you know it was going to be a great game?
Yeah, when I shot first ball, uh, I know that this is really that this is good game.
What was it like? You were playing with, this is your first game with the back line of Ludic, Shalia, Brishki. How was the communication? Were you guys talking good?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not easy because I don't know how play Shalia and Ljutic on the other teams, but now we need very a lot of communicated, and this is the plan how can play really good.
Yeah, yeah. So in are you enjoying being at Tabor? Do you like it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, really. In the I don't know how, but this is the this is everything great so
Yes.
far. No comments.
Yes.
I finally feel like a professional. Uh, I have professional conditions, and that's why I can progress and develop.
Yeah.
Club Tabor Sežana has a history, it has a present, and when I see how much the club means to the people who work in the club,
Mhm.
with what passion and enthusiasm they work for the benefit of the club. It also has a bright future, and that I hope we can create together.
Yes, yes. So bright future. What do you do well? What do you do good to help the team?
uh, to feel the best judged by the spectators.
Hmm.
But I hope that I bring a professional attitude to the club at every step, because only then we'll be able to progress day by day. Uh, but as individuals, as a club,
Yeah,
I want to be able to show my qualities, my talent combined with hard work.
yeah,
Uh, I
yeah.
have a hard time talking about myself, so I will stick to the principle of less talking and more work.
That's good. That's good. Odlično. So okay, how tall are you?
I don't know how because there have a meters.
Uh-huh.
Uh, there is 195
Okay.
centimeters. This is I don't know because you have they have inches, I
Hmm.
think.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's see. That's oh wow. So 6'5" for me. Um, so that's very tall. Let's see. So I'm 5'7", which means let's see. Sorry, bad interview that I'm having to go on my phone here.
No problem.
Okay, I am 170 centimeters. So you're here and I'm down here. So that's very nice. Very nice. Okay. Um, you have it, let's say it's the end of the game. You're one on one with the attacker. What is your favorite type of save to make? Do you like going to the right? Do you like going to the left? Do you want to in the air, on the ground? If you have to make the save to win the game, what
Yeah,
save do you want to make?
on there.
In the air?
Straight
Okay.
on there. This is the
Yes.
best. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. You're 195 centimeters, of course, in the air. Yes. Yes. Okay. Last question. Who is the funniest person on the team?
Hmm. My Gigat.
Maji
Absolutely.
got
Absolutely.
that was quick. That was quick. Well, that's good. We'll have to talk to Mai. We haven't talked to him yet. So,
He is
all
crazy,
right.
man. He is. Uh, I don't know how to explain this, but he is a clown of the team.
Yes. That's great. Oh, well, Urban, thank you so much for talking to us, man. I'm coming in May. I look forward to meeting you in May. So
No problem.
back for the second half as I had to get the almost missed the second half. I had to get the clock reset and restarted as we are up and rolling again. And Slotchik down the near side. Going to send the ball in as, boy, just behind the head of Jobkar. Jobkar pulls up, tries to come back in. Be nice to get a goal really quick here in the first half. Change things around as Tabor trying to battle way back. No changes to this point as everybody remains the same. Akwazuku has the ball. Akwazuku gets down to the line, tries to cut it back, and nobody's there. So Akwazuku gets kind of walled off right down to the end line. Ilirija going to send the ball out for a throw to Tabor. Now Brishki's got some space. Brishki kind of bouncing the ball back and forth. Sever looking for Slotchik. Looks like the ball gets deflected and doesn't get all the way out to Slotchik, but Tabor with Ludic on the header, trying to win the second header, and Tabor retained possession. Would love to see that from Tabor. Is a lot more possession, a lot more opportunities to attack. They go long to Slotchik again as Sever. Boy, that ball really kicks up. Would be interested to know what type of condition the pitch is in. As that ball kicks straight up in the air. And a nice job as Slotchik gets a corner, kicks the ball off of the defender. By my count, that's going to be 4 corners. Again, I kind of came in late as I was trying to do some technical solutions here on the back end. They're going to go with a short corner to Carroll. Carroll got Destin running across out in front of Destin. Boy, I think they were looking for a big swing from Destin outside the 18, and that ball just rolls away. So Destin looking to bring the ball back in as Tabor try to get their shape back after the set piece that really didn't turn into a set piece. Chandic in control, drops it to Brishki, and into Slotchik now. Slotchik on the pass. Destin is not on the end of it, and they're going to send it down. Trobeck's going to come out and make the grab before he gets started and turns it over again. Boy, you saw Madic. Madic not happy. Not sure if he wasn't happy with the movement of Destin or the pass of Slotchik, but one of the two really got him upset. As Carroll, boy, in trying to kind of deal with that ball right there, lets it roll through his legs, kicked away by Ilirija. Tabor trying to find a little bit of what they had at the end of the first half, see if they can continue that here into the second half. Chandic on a yellow card suspension last week for accumulation of 4 yellows. So Tabor had dropped into the 3 center backs as Chandic, the defensive mid, we see him dropping back as a part of that 3. So they went to what we had actually seen at the beginning of the season with the 3 center backs and then the 2 wides running up and down the sides. Have reverted back to 2 center backs and playing more of a 4-4-2 type formation, all the variations of 4-4-2, as most of you guys know. Jobkar gets it into Akwazuku. Akwazuku right down the line. As Slotchik is right there, Slotchik pulls it out, puts it in the back of the net. A nice job from Slotchik as Akwazuku gets down the line, cuts it back. Slotchik at first didn't send it in the net, got a little bit nervous. But Mateusz Medic Slotchik, boy, with a great job, and Tabor pulls 1 goal closer, and they find a goal just 4 minutes into the second half as Akwazuku attacks the line, draws defenders, cuts it back to a wide open Slotchik. And we're back underway for play again. Taken away is, boy, nice job from Destin. Destin trying to get around. Destin gets taken down. They're going to say play on, is not going to call the foul, play an advantage. Ludic moving forward. Ludic gets the ball to the outside. Hodzic is looking in. Carroll down the line. Carroll, boy, it looked like he might have could have turned the corner. He's going to bounce it back out to Chandic. Chandic sends it high and in, kicked away by Ilirija. Brishke is going to send it across to Ludic, and Ludic is looking for a long ball. Gets it down to Slotchik. Slotchik on a run. Boy, Slotchik has had a lot of work already in this half. Tries to cut it back. Ball gets knocked away. As hey, a nice nice catch from Coach Matic. As they're going to give a yellow to, boy, they point to a couple of different spots. Who did are they? I guess I genuinely can't tell. I'm going to see if somebody lets me know. Boy, I'm not entirely sure who that yellow goes to. We'll find out in just a moment. I'm really hoping that that's somebody for Ilirija, and I'll be really honest. If that's the defender that's responsible for Slotchik from Ilirija, Slotchik has gotten a lot of running in and has really started to create some problems. As we're starting to finally see the speed of Tabor creating issues. Chandich on a run, nice job. Destin's got some space in front. He's got Slotchik down below him. Destin's going to go left foot just outside the bar. Boy, a nice swing from Brian Destin. As I don't think the keeper was entirely ready for that. I think he was looking at what I was looking at. A Quazaku on the inside, Slotchik to the outside. And a nice swing and boy, again, positive movement. Things starting to open up for Tabor a little bit. And really kind of, I think, what I expected at the very beginning of this game is an open, speed-based game. As Ilirija going to get called for a foul, and Brishke's going to try and play it very quickly. He's going to drop it off to the side to Chandich, though, and now moving the ball forward. And Carroll had a little bit of space. He's going to pull it back, pulls it back to the middle of the field. And now across to Brishke into Sever. Sever to Destin. Destin pulls it back out, and boy, gets a hip throw as they're going to play on. They're going to say Ilirija had the better positioning on the ball. And so now Ilirija on the attack. Tabor got to be careful here. They haven't played defense yet this half. And a really nice job from Chandich. Chandich, boy, not only knocks the ball away, but keeps it in play, avoids giving up the corner. And Chandich to Ludic to Brishke. They're just looking for some space. Slotchik back to Brishke, trying to find a way to move the ball through the middle. Destin's got a lot of space here. Destin's going to turn, attack the defender, brings the defender. Carroll now. Carroll turns and runs across the defender, gets bumped from behind, tries to get it to a Quazaku. A Quazaku on the run, battling a defender. He's eventually going to win the ball back, though. So a nice job by a Quazaku reading the path of the ball. Turns to the inside. A lot of physicality as a Quazaku continuing to fight wins a throw-in. Boy, Tabor showing a lot of fight here at the beginning of the second half. I love whatever was said at halftime has been effective for the first couple of minutes. And Tabor, boy, could they even this thing up early on? Right now, they've got all the momentum. They really need to try to ride that. As it's always going to flip back at some point. You don't keep momentum for the entire half, but you want to ride it as much as you can. Jabkar tries to get the ball around. It's going to be a goal kick as Jabkar looked like he was maybe looking to get the ball back to a Quazaku. Ball goes off the end of his toe as he's trying to wrap it around. And so a goal kick is Ilirija going to send a long ball forward, see if they can win a ball, and it's just going to wind up being a throw for Tabor. So the roles have switched right now. Just about everything Tabor's doing is working, and Ilirija can't seem to hang on to the ball. We're only 8 minutes into the half, so I'm not trying to make an overarching comment about Ilirija and Tabor, but boy, based on the way the first half started, this is starting the other direction with the opposing colors. Slotchik at the near side. He's going to drop it back as Tabor just looking to find some open space. They've run through open space as well in this half. You can see the defenders, as they're passing the ball around, they've all got their head up. They're looking for it. Now a lot of space. Here comes Hojic. Hojic gets it out to Carroll. Carroll is not going to go back on the underlap. The underlap was covered well, so Carroll drops it back, and Brishke controls the ball well. Boy, a hard ball that short hops him as it's curling away. A really nice job. Starting to see a higher press here from Ilirija as they're trying to get on these defenders, force a bad pass. The midfielders are just trying to get position. Carroll's got to drop it out. Carroll covered well. Right now, Ilirija, at least in this set of possession, Ilirija's done a really good job holding position, not allowing Tabor a wide open run. As a heavy touch and back to Ludic. Hojic is going to turn. Hojic is looking up. You could tell Hojic was looking for the long cross. Hojic will send those balls in. He passes the ball so well. Now Ludic running across. He and Brischke are going to rotate positions as Sever drops back. So Sever back into a diamond in the back, and now Sever sends it to Carroll. Carroll's got space. He's got a Kwaziku in the box, cuts back on the 18. Deeks again, and trying to run down. He goes down. And they're going to point to, are they pointing to the spot? I can't see celebration or what. Are they pointing to the spot? It's going to be a foul or a penalty. They point to the spot and Tabor wins the penalty. What a great job from Carroll as Carroll goes down the side, a couple of deeks, and then he gets a step on the defender. The defender sticks a foot in, leaves the foot in too long, and Destin comes up with an opportunity to tie up this game. Boy, can they draw it even at 2-2? Destin, the first penalty that I think we've seen him take. At the very least, it's the first penalty I've seen him take with my own eyes. I'm not sure if he's taken one on one of the games I wasn't available to call. I don't believe he has, though. So Brian Destin steps up. This is where we would have seen Urosh Caron and the first half, and now Brian Destin. So Destin, as this is where things start to get a little bit nervy here for the guy on the end of the microphone, at least. Destin's going to take a walk around, runs up, chips it in, and a goal as Tabor score, and 2-2 to draw it up. Boy, we're all even as Destin chips it in. It catches the underside of the bar and goes through. And Tabor even 2-2. Boy, keep the pressure on, fellas, as they have looked like a completely different team here in the second half. 57 minutes in. Are we going to get a substitution? We're getting a substitution for Ilirija. We're going to get a triple substitution. Boy, they're saying something's not working. They're going to change things up. Again, I apologize. I don't have a team sheet and all the chaos to try and get this rolling. But Ilirija going to make a triple substitution as Tabor have drawn even, and can they take the lead now? At the moment, a draw would feel exciting at the very least after what happened, but boy, really need to get those 3 points as they continue to push forward. And why not? Right now, we're just over 22 minutes into this half, and it's been basically all Tabor. Can they? And here's where the mental side of this comes in is, boy, you feel a lot of momentum moving forward. Can you continue, though, to hold good shape and play solid defense and avoid one of those letdowns? As a nice play, and they're going to get a foul on Sever, and boy, Sever's going to start getting really upset. We talked about at the end of the first half, Sever was having a conversation with the official. He was very unhappy about the way that there was a lack of calls at midfield. Sever comes in and gets called for a foul as he just kind of comes across and had some light contact. Ludic gets pulled away and then run into, so they're going to call a foul again. And Tabor's really unhappy as Carroll had some space. They're wondering why he didn't play advantage. And Mihail Brischke is going to come in and get involved in this conversation. And Brischke not always real happy. And I'm a little interested to see what the conversation is with the Ilirija player, as Ilirija kind of earned the benefit of that. Ludic got grabbed or got kicked a couple of times as he was coming through. And then there was an Ilirija player having a conversation with the official when really they were the beneficiary of the official not playing continuation and the advantage. So Chandich in control and looking at, I think patience is a little bit easier when things are going well for you. I think it's always one of the interesting things as a fan and a broadcaster is that when things are going well for you, patience is easier to see because you can look at it and say, okay, they're looking for the right pass. Oh, as he just takes a shoulder right to the back, and that's going to be a yellow card. Boy, a vicious hit as Brishke just playing the ball back to Ludic, and number 8, whoever that is, comes in, and I don't always see everything really clearly. That was seen really clearly. Comes right through his back. Brishke is on the ground holding his ankle, as that was vicious. And Brishke on the ground here, and I'll tell you, the fact that Brishke's staying on the ground, Mahale's one of those guys, he'll be the first one to get up and get in your face if you give him one of those. So Tabor's going to take this advantage, get a little bit of water, as the Veo cam does a good job rolling over and giving us a good look at the bench area here. As luckily at the moment, Brishke up and moving again, so he's going to be okay. Severs trying to move the ball forward. Destin back to Brishke now. I'm sure Brishke would appreciate them avoiding him for a couple of moments, letting that ankle get to feeling better. Hojic trying to run underneath, runs inside, then runs outside. A nice job over the top of Kwaziku. Can't control it. Oh my gosh. As Kwaziku was right at the 6, the ball moving just a little bit behind him. He tried to spin it around. It rolls away from him. Oh my goodness. We were seeing visions of 3-2 right there. As fouling a restart here. Ilirija with a long ball to get started, just trying to get the ball out of their own half, see if they can find a way to get on the attacking side of things. Taken away, a really nice job from Carroll. Carroll gets his body position in, and then he's not real happy as he feels like he got pushed from behind to get taken down for the ball to be taken away from him. Ilirija now just outside the 18. Tabor trying to close down, prevent one of those, a free shot as Ilirija taps it back in. Destin's just going to kick it away for a throw. Oh, a beautiful day in Slovenia. I can't wait to go to Slovenia soon. I am, oh my, I dream of Slovenia at times. So beautiful there as sent away. A Kwaziku tries to win the header. Ilirija just going to flip it all the way back to the keeper. As we've got 30 minutes left to go in this game. Everybody slowing things down just a little bit. Starting to see a little bit of a press now as Tabor are going to take the ball away. Slachik running across. He's going to drop it to Ludic. And Ludic goes all the way back to Trobek. Trobek looking for Hojic. Ball's going to be out of play. And you see the angle of the sun is Hojic was really having to block the sun. The shadows coming right in that area. That's, I'll tell you, that means I think if I'm Tabor, I'd be setting up for a couple of balls launched right at the keeper from the angle where I've got the shadow pointing right at the keeper. See if I can create a sun issue as he's looking into the sun. If you can get that angle, get a good rocket right at the top 90. It can be difficult to deal with the sun as you lose it. Destin's going to go down. He's going to get kicked from behind as he was starting to try to clear some space. And Tabor are going to be on the offensive side of things here. Ilirija warming up a whole bunch of other players. They've used 3 substitutions already in the triple substitution after the 2 goals by Tabor. And a couple of exciting goals and a couple of exciting moments as well. I don't mean to hammer it, but boy, it's really what I thought this game was going to look like to begin with, and started out so physical from Ilirija's side. There was no space for Tabor. Now Tabor has Carroll's got somebody on his back. They're pulling him back and forth as, boy, Carroll really just getting worked over physically. Ball's going to bounce up. Brishke's there to wait on it. Sends it down to Slachik. Slachik's got some space now. Slachik's going to left foot it in. Is he going to find a player? As just knocked away in a corner for Tabor. Boy, Carroll was coming in. Akwazuku makes the run to the back post. Carroll makes the X run into the near post. And it's going to be just stepped away as a nice play by Ilirija to get in front. Would have loved to see an own goal there as it goes up and over the bar. Sever is going to take the corner and send it in. We haven't seen a lot of joy on corners lately. Despite how big Tabor can get, that ball's going to get sent away. It goes to the near post. Carroll back to Sever, now into Carroll. Carroll's going to get a run across the 18. He's going to, boy, loads up, now sends a ball in. Ball's knocked away, and oh boy, just bounced away. Thought maybe we were going to get a deflection that rolls into the net as it gets kicked away, and Slachik's going to be on the end of it for the throw. Boy, I saw that ball bouncing around, thought maybe that was bouncing toward the net. Unfortunately, it was not. But another good attempt, and Carroll really lets the ball go through all of the trash as boy, the deflection just goes the wrong way. Ludic is going to drop the ball, or excuse me, Brisky drops it back to Ludic, and now Chandic goes all the way back to Trobeck. Trobeck's going to get closed down really quickly. Brisky now back to Trobeck, and Trobeck just sends it forward. It's going to be angled off of the chest, and Ilirija back in possession. Tabor quickly trying to close down and win possession back. And Akwazuku now going to back off, take a breather, as they're going to hold off and allow Ilirija to kind of reset everything. And now the press begins again from Tabor, sent forward as Sever is going to let it go over his head. Brishke runs in behind. High ball is going to be headed away. Haven't talked about Jobkar a lot this half, as Jobkar's been doing his work primarily off the ball, and now here's a throw-in for Tabor. Chandic goes down, as I think Chandic might have gotten hit, and they're going to say it's a throw-in for Ilirija, so I think Chandic might have caught a cleat on the foot. Starting to see some warm-ups on the side for Tabor. Be interesting to see who that might be and where a substitution would come in. Long ball for Ilirija, running up underneath it. There's Hojic. Hojic's speed plays a big role as Ilirija tried to get a quick throw. The ball boy throws it in, or rolls it in. The Ilirija player, as he's going to the line, slips as the ball was behind him, so it's going to slow everything down. And Ilirija moved from the top of the screen towards the bottom of the screen. Now they're looking for a forward pass. Sever gives up position around and just away from him is Sever trying to get on the back of the defender, and looked like the back of the Ilirija player, and looked like he thought that maybe the ball was going to move down this direction. The Ilirija player moves to the top, but doesn't get a great shot in from outside the 18. Hojic into Trobeck. Trobeck sends it to Hojic. Hojic's got some space in front of him now. He's got the two Ilirija players behind him. Jobkar comes back, takes a little bit of a heavy touch, but is able to knock it away from the player to Ludic, and now back to Jobkar as they've moved Chandic more into that diamond position in front of those back three. Maybe because of the pressure they're putting on, try and get the ball handler underneath it. Nice run from Carroll and a nice pass. Gets down to him inside the 18. He's going to come back, cuts back Deekson, then knocked away from the keeper. Keeper with a nice save, bounces it away. Carroll starting to find a lot of space play, and Carroll is he going to get a card there? Carroll's going to get a card. He sticks a foot in, and he goes down hard as the defender who was on the ball is going to get caught from behind. So a yellow card to Carroll. First yellow card for Tabor. I believe that's 2 yellows for Ilirija and 1 for Tabor. Now it looks like we're going to get another substitution for Ilirija, as they've now used 4 substitutions. At least, I don't know if this is going to be 2 or not. So they initially bolstered their midfield and attack. Now they're going to try and switch things up on the defense. We're going to see where the new defender, number 15, is going to wind up playing. They're going to send this ball way down the field, avoid working through midfield. Brischke with the header, Sever with the second header. Chandic flicks it on and sent back the other way by Ilirija. Each team trying to establish possession at the moment. As Sever working back through a couple of defenders, and Tabor come out with possession. Brischke moves it on. Brischke taking a couple of hits and trying to get the ball out from underneath his feet. Now to Sever and Destin. As Destin comes back, drops it to Trobeck. And Trobeck sends a long ball forward. Going to be right to Ilirija, though. "70 minutes down, 20 minutes to go." As Sever gets called for a foul. Sever goes hip to hip with the Ilirija player. The official's going to go over and check on him, see if they need to bring the medical staff out. As he's actually, looks like he's holding his knee, so they might have gone knee to knee. And he's up and moving. This ball's going to be restarted, and Ilirija back under play. Had a little bit of cloud cover. Now the sun coming back out bright once again as that sun's starting to get real low in the sky for the two teams here in Slovenia. Bounce around. Jobkar is never really solid possession from Jobkar and Destin, and they're eventually going to lose possession. Now the ball goes back over to Ilirija. And we seem to be in a stretch where Ilirija is in control of the ball, trying to get an attack. Is going down, boy, and trying to make that play. And Tabor now working through the middle to Chandic, and Chandic comes back out to Slachik. We see that Ilirija, I think Ilirija's game plan is to be as physical as they can in the midfield. We saw Slachik take a shove to the back. Brischke took one earlier, and so I think the way that Ilirija are having to play is that maybe it's not the speed, it's got to be the physicality. And so whenever Ilirija are in possession, it gives them a little bit of the advantage. But whenever they're not able to get right on top of Tabor, it puts them at a small disadvantage in terms of just the openness of the play. Slachik sends it forward. Destin comes up. Destin, nice move around, as going to be taken away by Ilirija. Destin goes to ground. And now Ilirija coming forward. They've got some space, and boy, as Sever just has to reach out, had some space, and Sever is going to draw the yellow, has to go with the professional yellow as he just reaches out, grabs the shoulder of the Ilirija player and brings him back as space happened, and probably a smart move. And so are we going to get the final substitution for Ilirija here? The official pointed over. Haven't seen anybody come on, not hearing any announcements yet. Slachik is going to go down. The boy, is Slachik hurting? I think Slachik has a cramp. That's Slachik was he was looking over at the side at first, and now he goes down to the ground. He's got a cramp. They're going to take some time to tend to Slachik, as Destin and Kwazku going to come over as well. I wonder if they're going to get some either instructions or water. Dangerous positioning here, though, as we're going to get a substitution. Number 18 is going to come on. So as he's going to come on for, is he coming on for Kwazku? Well, so Destin and Kwazku both are going to come off. Okay, so Destin and Kwazku both are going to come off. And on is going to be number 18. So that's going to be Theodore Gerasimov. Also on is going to be number 20, Jan Kreintz, as well as number 14. Not sure. I don't have a 14, so I'm not sure who that is. Sorry, I had to go yell at my dogs to stop barking. So a lot of changes for Tabor. The ball's going to get sent in and sent across. Dangerous ball comes back and going to be a corner. Excuse me, no, it's going to be going to be a corner. At first, I thought maybe the official was pointing towards a goal kick. So a lot of changes for Tabor. There's been a ton of running, and so we're going to see a lot of substitutions as Tabor going to try to pull this game out with some subs here. Headed away and back in towards the middle. Bounces up and trying to get on it once again. Nice job from Tabor just to get the ball around a couple of attacking Ilirija players, and Jobcar bounces it away. There's now the ball back and forth. And Ilirija at the 18. Ilirija going to bounce it out as they're going to come across the 18 and eventually send it way back. And Tabor trying to get their offense up and forward as Gerasimov is trying to put some pressure on the defense and now running forward. Number 14, yeah, sorry, man, whoever 14 is, again, as we're going to get a foul. So number 14 draws a foul as the keeper had come out and was playing in just some contact. As let's see if I can figure out who number 14 is. And Ilirija coming forward. Brisky, really nice play from Brisky. Brisky is going to win a goal kick for Tabor. So Tabor with basically a brand new attack as Carroll's still in, Jobcar is still in, Gerasimov is going to come in, the 19-year-old, as well as Kreintz and Kreintz. We're going to see which side Kreintz is on. Obviously, with Slotchik going down, Kreintz might be on this near side. It's Ilirija right now allowing Tabor to kind of maintain possession at the moment. And now they're starting to move up a little bit. Tabor's kind of invited them to see maybe if they're going to try and work the ball through the middle. There's actually, yeah, so Kreintz on the near side. Kreintz takes over for Slotchik. Slotchik had a really good match. Ball sent forward by Ilirija, and Tabor trying to establish some attack once again. Coming forward right down the middle. Boy, heavy touch. Saw that coming. Nice job, though. Sever's right there on top of it. Sever is going to bring it back. Sends it across to the outside. Carroll in control. Carroll's going to move down the side. Is he going to try and come down the 18? He does. Down the 18. Deeks, now Deeks once again comes forward, sends the ball forward, rolls it rolls in. Carroll goes across the 18, and the ball just slowly rolls past everybody. What an incredible job as Carroll comes across the 18. Oh my goodness, he rolls it right through the entire defense of Ilirija. And what an incredible play from Keenan Carroll. He basically did it all himself. He takes the run forward, cuts across, big step with the deke, big step with the deke, and then when he's on the near side of the field, right when you thought that the left footer wasn't really going to play a factor, thought he was going to honestly drop it off to Kreintz down on the near side, he goes back across the field to the far post for the goal. Oh my goodness, what an incredible goal from the winger. Wow, as Carroll has had some great moments in this game. I'm glad to see that he was able to put a ball in the back of the net. Absolutely amazing from Keenan Carroll. It's Tabor now with a 3-2 lead. Can they hang on for another 11 minutes? They're going to press high already, try and take this ball back. And Hojic plays defense and allows the ball to roll for a throw as he's going to go ahead and allow the ball boy to flick a ball to him before he gets set up and moves the ball down the field once again. So Sever back to Hojic and back to Sever, flicks it on. Trying to fight is Gerasimov. But Ilirija wind up utilizing body position, heads it away. Tabor to Kreintz now, and boy, as Chanich was looking, not sure who Chanich was looking for, maybe for Sever there, just an open space. Chanich tries to slide and knock the ball away. Ilirija going to be moving forward, move space down the far side. Carroll closes him down. Sever now comes out as Gerasimov. Number 14 is Tomislav Layden. So Layden down there, and oh boy, as a ball missed from Kreintz, a ball across, and a nice job from Trobeck. Trobeck gets out on top of it. As who's that going down now for Tabor? Is that Chandic? Might be Chandic just based on the way the body looks. Chandic having some cramps. But interesting to see a couple of different cramps here, and we saw the two main attackers in Destin and Akwazuku came out about 10 minutes ago for Tabor. So wondering if maybe it's a little bit of a warm day, maybe some humidity and creating some hydration problems for Tabor. That's Chandic. Trobeck's going to come out and make a defender come up to him, or make a Ilirija player come up to him before he picks it up. He's going to drop it again and play it off to Brishke. Brishke's got Kreintz down on the near side. He's just going to send it a long way forward. Gerasimov gets hit in from behind. And the whistle blows. So they're going to call a foul on Ilirija. And now here's that tough sun ball. Hey, why not? Let's just send the ball down to the keeper. You can see the keeper. The sun is directly between, the sun is directly in the eyes of the keeper. Let's see if we can get a sun ball on him, get those eyes watering a little bit, and maybe he can't make a catch. And Gerasimov runs in and finishes it off. Is the final substitution in for Ilirija. So Brishke's set up. Brishke is going to send the ball down the near side, looking for Kreintz, and just a little too hard. That ball is going to be too far down. Looking down the near side, Kreintz trying to open it up. Kreintz with a lot of speed himself. Ilirija with a pass forward was initially cut off by Layden, kind of hits hard off of the shin, bounces toward an Ilirija player, and now we're going to get another substitution as Tabor, who are we going to be replacing here? Number 6. I'm going to see who he comes in for before I take my eyes off of it. Is, I guess, so coming in for Chandic is... Chandic's going to take his time coming off. Luka Zavbi. So Zavbi takes over. We saw Zavbi last week as well. Zavbi takes over for Chandic, who goes down with the cramps and now going to get replaced. So 4 substitutions in the game for Tabor, 5 in the game for Ilirija. Ludic is going to head the ball away back to the middle of the field. And now Ilirija going to run down the near side. Closed out by Brishke. Brishke does a good job just to knock it away for a throw. As we get a whistle, or are we going to a whistle to move him forward? They were willing to take the throw from further down. Whistle to move him up. And a throw to Tabor. As a heavy touch ball bounces away, and Kreintz in control with the throw. Sever trying to get some space. Guy grabs his arm, brings him back. Gerasimov with the header winds up going down. Ball just kind of back and forth. Right around kind of the line of the mid-third to the attacking third, as everybody trying to find some space, and a nice play. Ball comes back across, And Ilirija now in control. Carroll tries to close it down. Doesn't quite have the juice left to go get to that ball. So now I'm going to play defense on the far side. As Carroll out on the defender, or on Ilirija. Ilirija now going to come across as no joy to the far side. Going to look down to the near side. They pull the ball back, going towards the middle of the field. Still plenty of space outside the 18, though. So Tabor happy to let them have what they've got right now. Just close them down as they get closer to the 18. Now looking to go down the line. Hojic playing defense. It gets the corner, though. And they're going to get a yellow here on Hojic. As Hojic winds up pulling the defender down. It's basically going to be a corner kick. Well, where are they going to put the ball? Oh, boy, they're going to put the ball there. I thought it was going to be closer down by the flag, so I guess they said that he started pulling there. Boy, it was a battle. Hojic, unfortunately, loses it. And a dangerous spot here, as they've got a good, a decent look at goal, but also a danger to a dangerous space here. So Tabor going to have to play defense. 85 minutes. We're kind of getting to that spot where Ilirija drew even in their first matchup as well. They're going to send a dangerous looking ball in and kicked away. Oh my gosh, what an incredible job by Brischke. Brischke comes in behind and keeps the ball out of the net. Trobeck goes forward. The ball gets passed, and Brischke is there on the line at the back post to save it. Boy, Captain Brischke, at the moment at least, has saved the game. As, boy, Leiden is going to go down hard. And a yellow card for Ilirija, as I think they're going to say that spikes were a little bit high. It was a little bit heavy. As another yellow card for Ilirija. Boy, what a play for when this is all over. You've got to go back and watch the play from Brischke. That ball was going in the net. Brischke gets over, and what a job from the captain. Absolutely incredible. It's Tabor now. Ball going forward. We're going to get a whistle. Starting to see Sever's a little bit frustrated. You know, Sever, again, we talked about it. I think the goal was that in the midfield, they were going to be really physical with the midfielders of Tabor. Tabor have some very excellent technical midfielders. And Ilirija said that we're just going to be physical with you. We're going to frustrate you. We're going to pull you. We're going to grab you. And Sever was looking for a little bit more relief from the official earlier on in the game. Gerasimov is going to win the throw-in. The Ilirija players say that it was off of Gerasimov, and the official thinks otherwise. So Kreitz with the throw, about 2.5 minutes in regular time remaining. We've had a couple of cards, so we may get 2 or 3 minutes extra. Ball gets sent in, headed and just up over the bar, as Gerasimov does a great job to get up and thought that maybe that was going to be a fourth goal. Boy, a nice job from the youngster. Ilirija trying to get forward. Now Ludic wins the header. Ludic up and over. Oh, boy, is they're going to call that a foul on Ludic. Boy, I really just thought that Ludic used his size to kind of lean over. Didn't think there was a lot of pulling. So Ilirija trying to get started again in a hurry. Is space to close down. They send the ball towards the middle. Trobeck goes up. Trobeck at 6'5". Boy, it gets hit and the ball falls. How are we not going to call a foul here? As that's what Trobeck said, hey, what are we doing? And so right now, an official who's about 5'5" is surrounded by Ludic at 6'7" and Trobeck at 6'5". Boy, what an interesting situation there as Trobeck goes up. He's got both hands on it, gets hit right in the chest, and the ball drops. Tabor's still there to clear it away, but Trobeck's wondering where the penalty or where the foul was. So Trobeck is going to flip that ball forward, and they whistle to send it forward. 1 minute in regular time now is the Veo cam getting shaken up just a little bit. Trobeck sends it way forward, and Tabor now just for the next couple of minutes going to try and keep the ball as far on the Ilirija side as possible. Kicked out by Ilirija, so Tabor are going to pick up the ball, and clean it off, make sure the air pressure is good. They're going to check the stitching. They're going to read the label on the ball, and then we're going to throw it in. It's a lot more fun to enjoy the clock whenever you are in the positive side of things. They're going to give, Kreintz is going to get a yellow for time wasting. Kreintz turns to show him his number. Oh, I'm number 20. Here you go. So there's a yellow for Kreintz as he's trying to kill a little bit of time, and we've crossed that 90-minute mark now. Throw comes in and back across. Layden is going to be on it. Jabkar kicks it high in the air. Carroll now comes across. Carroll trying to win it. Carroll goes down into the sides, bounced away as Layden just sends it to the far side. Hojic is trying to run it down. Hojic is going to keep it alive. Nice job. Wow, almost kept it alive. Ball goes out for a throw. As Ilirija going to kind of, well, he's trying to find where to go. He can't find space to throw it. Nice job from Tabor. Ludic comes up, runs past it, as Brisky's just going to turn and send it the other way. And a throw for Tabor. They're going to say it goes off of a Ilirija player, and the throw goes to Tabor. As everybody was surprised by that. The two officials on the same page. And the throw is going to be actually way back here. So Tabor going to give it to Hojic. And now Hojic is looking for his throw forward. Hojic walking forward, ball overhead. He's going to leap into it now with the throw. Gerasimov loses out on the header and then sent away. I believe that was Zavbi. It goes out. And a long throw. Ludic with the overhead kick, ball bouncing around back and forth. There's Zavbi once again. Another throw for Ilirija. Zavbi is more than happy just to keep heading balls over towards the bushes right under the stands. And now, minute and a half into injury time, ball sent forward. Gerasimov trying to get on the end of it, can't get there, bouncing back and forth. And Ilirija now on the attack. Ilirija, ball's going to be taken away, though. Nice job as Sever steps in, and Sever wins the throw. Kreintz is going to pick it up. So Kreintz is going to take his time. Can't take too much time, though. But he's certainly going to take some time, look for his throw. He's going to go as far down as he possibly can. Gerasimov backing up. Header won by Ilirija, now back and forth. And, oh, nope, it was going to be offside. So they're going to call offside on Gerasimov. They're going to have to bring the ball way back, as offside was back where the keeper is. So really, basically looks like a last chance. They're going to send this forward. He kicks it forward. They're going to have to send it way down. We didn't see how much extra time was added. Unfortunately, didn't get a chance to see that with the Vail cam. Is the ball, and boy, a ball right to Ilirija. Trobeck is there as a dangerous looking play. Trobeck's going to come forward. Oh my goodness. Trobeck comes forward, sends a high ball. As we're now 3 minutes into extra time, bounces. Layden is looking for it, can't get there, and Ilirija trying to work around as Tabor, everybody coming up trying to take it from the midfielder. He does a good job to avoid a lot of attacks. Hojic spins, kicks it out, and a throw to Ilirija. We're approaching that 4th minute. Are we going to get a whistle at some point in the near future? Boy, a good run here, though, from Ilirija, and kicked away at the last second by Brisky. Boy, Brisky's been so big in the last several minutes. Quickly looking for a throw. And they're going to throw it all the way back. Boy, interesting is they throw it all the way back, and do they throw it out? Is that going to go to Tabor? As there's the final whistle, Tabor back from 2-0, win 3-2. Slotchik, then Destin, then Carroll. And the Tabor Red and Blacks pull out the victory on the road as they win 3 points. What a huge 3 points for Tabor. Everybody, I'm Kyle Shipp. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, I'm on Instagram. I'm on X or Twitter, whatever we're calling it. I'm on TikTok. You guys reach out to me. Let me know how much you're enjoying Tabor and give me any suggestions you may have. Thank you so much for joining us. Go Tabor.